Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some useful tips and tricks with you guys to maximize the amount of money you can make from the new Smuggler's Run Hangar business in GTA Online, as well as make the whole process as easy as possible. Now, one question which I know a lot of you guys want to know the answer to: are the new hangar businesses better or worse than the other business types in-game, such as the gun-running bunkers, the bikers, or the import and export warehouses? Well, if I'm honest, it's certainly not going to be the easiest. It will be a real grind, and it's not going to make you a billionaire in 5 minutes, but if done right, it can become quite profitable. So let's get straight into things then, and to start things off, you're first of all going to need to purchase a hangar if you haven't done so already. And of course you have a few options. There are 2 at the airport and 3 in the military base. And like myself, I'm sure many of you guys have already jumped in and bought one at the military base because it's the military base, but in hindsight, this isn't the best choice to make. All 5 hangar options are the same in the terms of their size and their features, the only difference really being their location. And as cool as it is to own a property inside the military base, you'll soon realize how inconvenient it can be when in public sessions with other players. You'll find most other players have also bought one in the military base too, which means the location itself is often full of other players. And as I'm sure most of you guys already know, most players like to sit around and just wait for other players to enter and exit their hangars so they can kill them. So of course, when you're trying to do steal missions, it makes it extremely inconvenient. So your best choice really is to purchase the cheapest hangar option at the airport, which is just $1.2 million. And aside from it being a less populated area, this option will also save you over $2 million as well, making it easier and faster to profit from this business. Now unfortunately, with all businesses in GTA 5, you'll have to be in a public lobby to do any business work. Now of course, an obvious tip worth noting alongside this is to find a low populated lobby. Now there's a number of ways you guys can do this. Of course, the first option being just keep switching sessions until eventually you're placed into one with just a handful of people. Or you can use a number of these solo public session exploits to place yourself into an empty lobby. Now on PC, this is extremely easy to do. Just open up Task Manager, suspend the process for 10 seconds, and then resume it, and when you do so, it will remove you from the session and place you in an empty one. On console, it's slightly more difficult to do. There will of course be a link in the description to a method, but honestly guys, it is just much easier and faster to switch sessions a few times until eventually you find one fairly empty, and this should only take you a minute or 2 at most. And again, unfortunately with these missions, ideally you need some help from a few other players. Although technically you can do this on your own, it makes it pretty difficult to collect all 4 cargo crates each time. So if you can, try and get 2 or 3 friends to help you out when doing the steal missions, which I know at first can be pretty difficult, seeing that your friends won't make anywhere near as much money as you'll make overall from this process, but that's just how these business types are, unfortunately, in GTA Online. Now in case you guys didn't know already, your hangar can store up to 50 crates at a time, which doesn't actually take all that long. A team of 4 people can easily fill a hangar in about an hour and a half or so. Now, although some missions can be pretty difficult and take slightly longer than others, most missions can be completed in about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and a full hangar of assorted crates is worth $500,000. Now at first this may not sound like all that much money, but there are ways to increase this, and in comparison to the amount of time it actually takes to get this, it's fairly similar to the payouts on other businesses. But there are a number of things you guys can do to increase the amount of money you can earn from the hangar cargo. So for starters, if you source just one of the 8 cargo types, as opposed to just sourcing any random one each time, there is a significant bonus for selling an entire hangar of just one particular cargo. So as you guys can see in this screenshot that was shared by user ShredderGG on Twitter, he sourced 50 crates of narcotics, and as you guys can see, the sell price is $850,000. Which is a 70% bonus or $350,000 more than the standard price. But do bear in mind, this does have its downsides. it will take much longer to source just one type of resource because there's a 6-minute cooldown timer on the cargo once you've collected and delivered it to your hangar, which means you'll have to wait around quite some time, potentially losing out on another set of crates delivered in that time. So the other option you have is to source 2 types of cargo at the same time. Now the bonus won't be anywhere near as high, but it means you can continue grinding out the missions, alternating between each resource whilst the other one is reset. So another user named Twister on Twitter sourced 25 crates of medical supplies and 25 crates of art and antiques, with a 35% bonus on the medical supplies and a 24% bonus on the art and antiques. So sourcing 2 types of cargo and alternating between these is the most efficient use of time. However, as you can see, one item has a higher bonus than the other. And the reason for that is because there's a higher bonus on certain goods. There's actually a 70% bonus on narcotics, medical supplies, or chemicals if you sell a full hanger of these. There's a 60% bonus on animal materials, art and antiques, and jewelry and gemstones, and then just a 50% bonus on tobacco and counterfeit goods. So ideally you want to be sourcing either narcotics, medical supplies, or chemicals to make the most amount of money from sourcing these goods. But there's also one additional tip worth bearing in mind which will increase the value of your stock. That being, if you destroy other smugglers' cargo in your session, it will increase the value of yours. So whilst other players in your session are trying to source or sell their cargo, if you destroy it, it will increase the bonus on your resources. Now, I wouldn't go around out of your way just destroying people's cargo because it's a complete waste of time and doesn't increase the efficiency at all, but if someone is nearby you at any point and they have some cargo, definitely consider going to take it out because it will increase the value of yours. So then, your best bet to maximize your profits and the efficiency is to source 2 cargo types at a time, of course alternating between each one as the cooldown timer resets. Choose 2 of the highest bonus items, with the choices between narcotics, medical supplies, or chemicals. Which ones you choose doesn't particularly matter, as they all receive the same random missions and payouts, although you might be able to receive more money from just sourcing 1 cargo type at a time. Like I said before, you're losing out on 6 minutes between each delivery, and in that time, you can go and source another type of cargo and bring it back whilst you're waiting. And like I said, most missions take around about 5 to 10 minutes or so. And in the terms of efficiency, you'll be making more money overall when you go to sell the cargo than if you were to wait and just source 1 cargo type at a time. But there is one essential thing to bear in mind. By sourcing 2 separate crate types, this also means you'll have to sell the cargo separately. Don't sell it as one bulk assorted load because you'll only receive a payout of $500,000. You'll have to do 2 separate sell missions for each individual cargo, but this means overall you should generate approximately $700,000 rather than just $500,000 if you sell 50 random and assorted crates. And just 2 full hangar sales will then result in a profit being made overall if you purchase the cheapest hangar at the airport for $1.2 million, actually making this business type one of the best in the game in the terms of return and the amount of money being made and the amount of time it actually takes to make the money. But it is going to be a real grind, like I said. These missions can be very tedious and pretty difficult at times, as I'm sure you guys know already if you play 1 or 2 of these missions. But nevertheless, in just 3 hours, you could potentially be profiting from this business type, making it the fastest one in-game to generate a profit. So there we go then guys, with that being said, that's pretty much it then for this video. Very quickly though guys, right now I'm still doing a shark card giveaway every single day this week in celebration of the Smugglers Run update. I'm giving away a $3.5 million shark card. If you guys want the chance to win, you can enter by clicking the link in the description. With that being said though guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Hopefully these tips and tricks will help you guys out, make the most amount of money from the new hangar business in GTA Online. Of course, let me know your thoughts and feelings about this, and also let me know too by leaving a comment how much money you've made so far from the new hangar business. It would also be greatly appreciated if you guys could drop a like on this video too, as it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.